Fade in. Exterior, Mars landscape, day. The desert landscape of Mars is vast, quiet, and desolate. The reddish-brown mountains and canyons are massive and imposing. The emptiness of the landscape gives off an unsettling sense of dread. Glowing in the distance is an advanced city about the size of Los Angeles. Exterior, downtown New Washington, day. State-of-the-art skyscrapers, apartment buildings, highways, tunnels, and city streets make up New Washington, America's capital city on Mars. Futuristic vehicles drive throughout the city. A few people walk outside wearing thin thermal suits and helmets. Some wear heavier jackets on top of their suits. Exterior, Kelly's, day. A bar called Kelly's sits along a quiet street. It tries to resemble an old-school Irish pub, but the futuristic look gives it a certain phoniness. Interior, Kelly's dining area, day. Helmets and thermal suits hang up near the front of the bar. 90s rock is playing lightly in the background. A handful of people sit inside at booths and at the bar wearing normal clothes. It's late afternoon, around 4 p.m. At a booth, drinking by himself, is Detective Matt Rodriguez, an upper 40-year-old American man from Texas. Matt has a somewhat athletic build, dark hair, and stress lines above his forehead. Daryl Chapman, an upper 30-year-old African-American man, walks in. Daryl is tall and has an intimidating presence. Daryl notices Matt and glances around the room as he walks towards the booth. Matt eyes Daryl suspiciously as he sits down across from him.
Expecting someone else?
Daryl shakes his head. Matt's Texan accent isn't the thickest, but there is a certain gruffness to his drawl.
You read everything?
Several times.
And you read it in your...
In my bathroom, yes.
Daryl nods his head nervously. Matt takes a swig of beer. A waitress comes by and brings Daryl a glass of water.
Can I get you anything else?
I'm good.
The waitress nods and walks off. Matt looks down at his beer glass, then back at Daryl.
I have to say, it's pretty richy to assume I believe everything.
I'm here, aren't I?
Daryl quickly reaches into his pocket and puts an envelope on the table. Matt takes the envelope and puts it inside his jacket pocket.
Instructions are in there. It's also got coordinates and a lock combination, so don't lose it.
Matt shakes his head.
This is bullshit. You can't just...
Just follow those instructions. Everything will make sense tomorrow morning.
Matt looks away angrily. Daryl takes a swig of water.
And where is this supposed to happen again?
About 5 miles from the border.
And how do you know?
Daryl looks down at the table.
It's not the first time.
Matt shakes his head and glares at Daryl for a moment.
What's my signal?
I'll start firing first.
Daryl stands up from the booth and looks down at Matt.
Just make sure you get there early so you have a clear vantage point.
Daryl walks away and out the front door of the bar. Matt sits silently at the table. Exterior, random desert location, day. Matt's car drives itself to a random desert location near the base of the mountain. Matt's car is a black, futuristic-looking SUV. Interior, Matt's car, day. Matt sits in the driver's seat. He's dressed in a thermal suit, black jacket and helmet. He holds the piece of paper with the coordinates and lock combination. The car auto-parks, and Matt puts the paper in his pocket. Exterior, random desert location, day. Matt walks out of his car and towards a large rock about 10 feet in front of him. He has a shovel in hand. Matt stops in front of the rock and begins shoveling. Several minutes have gone by, and Matt hits something solid. He reaches into the ground and pulls out a long black case with a lock on it. Matt takes the piece of paper out of his pocket. He crouches down and enters the combination which opens the case. Inside the case is a long Barrett M95 rifle with a large scope on top. Matt pauses and looks around to make sure no one is looking. Fade to black.